The Yankees take advantage tonight? You bet they did. This was how the game was going to go. First hitter of the game is Scott Fletcher of the Texas Rangers. Watch the drive to right off Dennis Rasmussen. Does it help to be tall? Does if you're Dave Winfield. Nice running catch by Big Dave. In the bottom of the first, the Yanks get on the board. Ricky Henderson on second. Ed Correa trying to pick off. The throw goes into center field. Henderson is nonstop to score and give the Yankees a lead. On the next pitch, Don Mattingly, good night, everybody, into the upper deck in right field. Number 17 of the year gives the Yanks a 2-0 lead. Still in the first, Winfield to straightaway center field. Gary Ward goes back. He can't get to it. Winfield's 14th. He had 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and Ed Correa being knocked around pretty well. Jeff Russell came on and didn't have much better success. Ricky Henderson with the liner into the seats in left, his 17th of the year, and that's pretty much the story for Bobby Valentine and the Texas Rangers this evening. The Yankees.
It talks about the pressure.
Is 12-2 on the year. Correa, the loser, his record is 6-8, and with the victory, the New York Yankees move to within 4 games of the first-place Boston Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Brewers and the California Angels doing battle in Anaheim. That game is now in the 4th inning, and Milwaukee leads it by a score of 1-0. Juan Nieves is on the mound for the Brewers and Don Sutton for the California Angels. The Angels, by the way, have shipped right-hander Ron Romanek to their Edmonton affiliate in the Pacific Coast League. He won 14 games for them last season, but is just 5-8 this year with an earned run average of 5.50.
In Detroit, 2 teams struggling to stay in their respective races, the Tigers and the Minnesota Twins. Tigers got all the offense they needed from John Grubb tonight, who personally helped Bert Blyleven lead the majors in giving up home runs. Tiger Stadium, of course, often a home run haven, and certainly not a good place this evening for Bert Blyleven. This is the 2nd inning, and this is John Grubb at the plate as he takes Bert Blyleven deep to left center field. This was the 31st homer given up by him this season, 8 of them by the Tigers. This is number 4 for Grubb on the season. Tigers led 1-0. 6th inning, and the same score, 1 runner on, and Grubb again at the plate, and once again he takes one deep, this time to the upper deck in right field. 32 homers now given up by Blyleven. He leads the majors in that category, 3-0 Detroit leading. Walt Terrell had a 1-hitter through 8, ran out of steam in the 9th. This is Roy Smalley representing the tying run. He hits a drive to right center field. Pat Sheridan goes back and pulls it down right by the fence, and so the Tigers hold on to defeat the Twins. The final there was 3-0. Walt Terrell and Henderson for Seattle.
Up next, Gayle.
Started the night with a 1-game lead over the Giants. Astros at home tonight against the Montreal Expos. Look to Nolan Ryan to maintain that first-place advantage, and Nolan Ryan looking unhittable this evening. He was in one of his grooves tonight. Here he blows one by Mitch Webster for strike 3. And the next batter, Andre Dawson, and gets him on strikes as well. Meanwhile, counterpart Floyd Yeomans was extremely tough also. Yeomans fanning Craig Reynolds looking there. Yeomans with 8 strikeouts as he gets better and better every time out. Neither team could generate any offense. Bill Doran's smash fielded by Wayne Krenchicki. He gets the putout. Houston managed only 2 hits off Yeomans in 9 innings. Ryan takes a 1-hitter into the 9th, and Mitch Webster fans looking his 14th strikeout. And the Astrodome going wild as this game moves to extra innings. Bottom of the 10th, though, Glenn Davis wins the game for Houston. A home run deep to left field off of Yeomans. A solo homer to left. Davis's 21st of the season. Very tough loss there, obviously, for Floyd Yeomans. And Houston goes on to defeat Montreal in 10 innings. The final was 1-0. Smith getting the win. Yeomans taking the loss there. And now it looks like, well, it's actually true that the Houston Astros now have a 2-game lead over the Giants, because the Giants have just lost to the St. Louis Cards. The final in that game, 10-7. And again, the lead 2 games. In that game, there was a big brawl in the bottom of the 7th inning. Roger Craig, Chris Brown, Frank Williams all ejected for the Giants, and Tommy Herr leaving the game with a cut for St. Louis. And we will have highlights of that game a little bit later on in the program. Greg.
The Mets and the Cincinnati Reds knocked heads tonight at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The Cubs continue to add to the San Diego Padres' problems with a victory over the Pods. Newly acquired starter Ed Lynch, another good outing for the Cubs. The slow curve gets Greg Nettles in the 2nd here. Lynch didn't allow a run in his first 7 innings. Jody Davis.
1 homer this season as a Brave. Well, by the time 9 innings were completed against the Phils tonight, Griffey had 3 more, and the Braves had taken the Phils 2 extra innings. Phils jumping out to a big advantage in the first after Samwell singled and stole second. Mike Schmidt goes with the pitch to right field for the base hit. Samwell scores 1-0 Phils. Next batter is Von Hayes, and Hayes taking Rick Mailer deep to right center field. This one is way back. It is gone, a 2-run homer, 3-0 Phils. That was Hayes' 6th of the season. Then Ken Griffey decided to have a little fun as he got into gear. This is the bottom of the first now, and Ken Griffey facing Kevin Gross and takes this Gross offering deep to left center field. A solo homer for him, his 2nd as a Brave, and that made it 3-1. After the Phils added a run, Griffey up in the bottom of the 7th, same result. This one to right center field. That made it 4-2. Bottom of the 9th now, Griffey unloads again, his 3rd of the game, all solo shots. And the Braves tied it up at 4, sent this game to extra innings. But in the top of the 11th inning, it is Tom Foley who does the damage here. He gobs a Craig McMurtry pitch for a single to center field. Von Hayes scores Phillies a winning run easily as he spots a major-size brawl. Let's pick it up with the Cards leading 2-0. In top of the 2nd inning with one on, Bob Brenly taking John Tudor deep to left field. Upper deck, number 1 on the year for him, and we're tied up at 2 apiece. That tie held up until the 4th. Andy Van Slyke drills one down the right field line into the corner. Candy Maldonado retrieving it, but Van Slyke legs it out for a triple. He ended up scoring on a sac fly, the head-first slide, beating the throw 3-2. Same inning, bases loaded. Ozzie Smith delivers the base hit to left center field. Mike LaValliere comes in to score. John Tudor scores as well. The Cards scored 8 runs in the 4th. 11 batters came to the plate. Bottom of the 7th, Vince Coleman earlier had tried to steal a couple of bases and did with... well, at any rate, it instigated a problem earlier on, but now in a 10-2 game, he was up against Frank Williams. Williams had been warned not to throw at Coleman. He throws behind him. Williams is then immediately bounced by home plate umpire John McSherry. The bench is emptied. Chris Brown coming in there had to be restrained. And then the Giants skipper Roger Craig and Cards manager Whitey Herzog started yelling at each other. They began to shove and push, and as you can see, all the players joined in, shoving and pushing. And everyone pushing, shoving, screaming at each other, and the ball